Hey guys, I'm just going to bring you a fun short little game that I just played on ladder. I played PvP of course, and I had a lot of fun doing it, so I'm going to bring it up. And what do we have here? We have Knives in the top. We're both in the gold league. I have Knives up top as a Protoss player who's going to be my opponent. And down here I have myself, and the map was whatever the hell the map is. I don't really memorize map names. Should, but don't. Oh well, and yeah, you just saw how long it is, but that doesn't really matter. It is not a short game, but it's not a long game either. It just goes into the mid game. It kind of goes off of, it really doesn't go off one base, because pretty much Protoss, it's really rare in PvP that you get to expand early in the game, or even in the mid game. You definitely can sometimes, but it's not that common. And so we can see my opponent choosing to scout off the 9 gate, and I'm choosing to be a little more economical on this map, and I'm going to be scouting off of the 9 pylon he scouted off, not 9 gate. Woo! Anyway, still the morning, guys. Give me a break. No, I'm going to be scouting off of my 12 gate, but he scouted off of his. So, is there anything interesting going on right now? Not really, except for the fact that I forgot to build a probe for a little while at one point, so I am a little bit behind, but not too much. And as you can see, throwing down that gateway, bam! That's because I did the little mineral stacking on the 2 closest patches, allows me to throw it down at 12 without skipping a beat instead of 13, but also I built that one probe a little late, so actually I was a little behind anyways and had more money as a result. But, as we can see, mine definitely went down just a tiny bit faster, my gateway. Yeah, I'm feeling so good about that. And his scout is in my base, checking things out, and I'm just like, I don't care yet, because I'm not doing my tech yet. It's really nice when you do the build I'm going to, if you can make them not see your tech, but at the same time, it's really not nice if you actually have to delay your tech as a result. Where's he going? Oh, he changed his mind. It really sucks if you have to actually delay your tech, though, to make sure that probe's dead first. Thankfully, he just hit it in the corner of my base. I killed it with my zealot before he noticed what was going on. And yeah, so we'll see that happening soon. As we can see, healthy probe production for each player, very similar. And very similar builds so far. Cybernetic before coming down, similar timing. Mine's, again, just a touch faster, but you know, pretty much PvP, unless somebody's going, well, if they're going DTs, the opening is still going to be the exact same. If they're going Robo, the opening is going to be the same. If they're going Stargate, the opening is going to be the same. It's just if they're doing, like, cannons or 2-gate rush, that the opening's not going to be the same for this much. As you can see, there we go, finally hiding in the probe. And I just have mine set to rally around, and it's going to run out soon, and I totally forget about that. But that's okay, because I am using all of my awesome APM, my whole, like, 22 average somewhere else in this game right now. Oh no, average 40, okay, dude. That's good. His is a lot higher than mine, is average APM, and there we go, my probe finally getting attacked. And it will die soon. Poor probe. As you can see, Stargate going down, and he is not able to see that. Thankfully, he doesn't come in. I kind of thought he might be in my base, but I didn't know for certain. And so I'm going to send my zealot over there. And thankfully, he doesn't see that, because it could potentially ruin me, because he could just go for a straight up attack. With gateways, a 4-gate attack will crush the Stargate opening the majority of the time. Basically, a Stargate opening is pretty good if they start getting immortals, and it's also really good if they don't attack you aggressively and they're sort of sitting in their base, because then you can just poke around at their base. You can either use that as an opportunity to expand, or you can go for not just expanding, but you can also go for a lot of other options, you know, let you do different things if you can keep them in the base. You can also try just attacking straight up. Of course, always scouting for those pylons, both of us doing the exact same thing. Always want to check for some proxy pylons before that warp gate research is finished. He's been chrono boosting it, so this will finish at the right time. Mine won't, because I'm not, because I'm going to be... Yeah, Phoenix is! You can't pull off Phoenixes every game, but it's so much fun when you do, so I just do them once in a while for the hell of it, because they can really win, especially if you scout a Robo opening. As you can see, I'm pretty sure I already scouted... Oh no, here's my scout going in right now to check the Robo. So, and it's actually really surprising that, you know, even though he's got some units, my scout gets up there so easily. If he had positioned his units right on the ramp, probably would have never gotten in, which would have sucked. But then I would have had my Phoenix real soon anyways to, ooh, oh yeah, he doesn't see that. I would have had my Phoenix really soon to scout. As you can see, it makes a huge difference. He really doesn't see too much. He just sees the extra 2 gateways. He sees this one's being built. So that might possibly tell him, oh yeah, he's a little bit behind. If you look here, oh come on, there! Just managed to catch a glimpse of the Robo just before my unit dies, which makes me happy. And the Observer, whoa, let's check that out. Did it? I don't think it's gonna scout any of my Phoenix going by. So until my third Phoenix hits, well, I attack a little late with my Phoenixes. And he potentially sees it. Oh, that's not cool for me, but oh well. Yeah, as you can see, definitely moving his units around to a place which tells me he did not see it. And surprisingly enough, he's pulling back his observer. Not really too sure why he decided to do that. He didn't even go for the full scout. Really, really weird choice there by him. If we look at the income tab again, still pretty similar. I'm actually a couple workers lower than I should be. I didn't realize I hadn't reached max. I kind of thought I had, but you can see there's one missing right there already. So, oh well. And his observer now being sent back to do the scouting. Got my 3 Phoenixes. Should be very, very soon using them. Actually start using them. And of course, still building some army up. Of course, sentries for force fields, very important to hold your ramp. And of course, some stalkers. Really don't get too many zealots unless, you know, they start getting blink to bust up your gate. Then you'll need zealots to defend with, for sure. And the Phoenixes come in and his slow-moving army have to try and counter this. But nope. Yeah, I'm so good. Doesn't matter now, bitch, that you scouted my stockpile because it's too late. Okay, that was pretty lame. And I go down here and I say, he's expanding. Awesome. If I were him, I would cancel this expansion right now. Especially seeing 4 Phoenixes, or, yeah, just 4. 4 Phoenixes on the field. If I were him, I would definitely cancel that expansion, but he's not, and I'm super happy. This is why I'm actually bringing my army as well, because it's like, I've got a lot of Phoenixes, and I can bring my army, and if I keep him distracted in the mineral line, I attack his Nexus. If he goes for the Nexus, that just means I get more time in his mineral line. If we look at... Okay, hold on. There, units killed tab here, units lost, not really. Oh, okay, sorry guys, I should like watch and stuff. That wasn't too important there, and as you can see, getting the forward pylon sooner or later, and getting in here, doing the damage I can, trying my best not to lose any. Not really losing any hull health, that's really good as well. I see this and I say, is he going for late DTs or is he just going for blink? Not too sure yet, but that's kind of what I think. He's got a forge coming down. I can't remember if I ever ended up putting a forge in. Nope, no forge for me, just Stargate. And there you can see I was attacking his Nexus. I'll just back up a little bit for you guys, even though, I don't know, a lot of people might not like it. I was attacking his Nexus, and I saw his army running down towards the Nexus with my Phoenixes here. And I was like, okay, I'll just retreat my army, because they're probably bigger than mine, and then I'll kill off these 2 Stalkers who worked him for defense. So that's pretty awesome, being able to kill those 2 Stalkers. And he's just doing, look at that, 11 workers killed. One of them was a scout, but still. Just doing a ton of damage with these Phoenixes, being very mobile. And notice I'm going to be bringing in my main army yet again to attack the Nexus, because I see his entire armies here. I'm keeping him distracted by keeping a lot of presence there. I see he splits up his forces here to deal with some mine down below, and I'm like, yeah, I can definitely take out this small force, and thankfully he doesn't even leave with those guys. And after a little while, there we go, finally remembering that I can force field, and finally also, there we go, finally remembering that I can also warp in. And I'm just choosing to go for Zealots right now because I really don't need the range. I'm keeping his units trapped in here, and I've got my Phoenix to do a lot of other damage, so I'm going to just come in, pick up some units, and yeah, kind of came in a little too early with Phoenix, considering that the Stalkers are still focusing on the Nexus, but it really doesn't matter, as I've just got so many more forces than him. He has almost no mining, and he can tap out extremely soon. So much fun, this build. So much fun. As you can see, my APM really doesn't even average that high. That's one of my, you know, I can't multitask, so I don't have super high APM or anything. But that was definitely a lot of fun for me. If you look, I managed to get up just barely to the 23 minimum recommended workers. You know, wow, like stopping at like the exact amount and just going off the bare minimum. But of course, my resources are quite high because I kept forgetting to use my warp gates on every cooldown. So definitely a fun little game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And for any of you guys who really aren't into doing ladder or 1v1, you know, if you're a little bit competitive, you're probably going to like it. I know for me, the biggest problem with doing 1v1 ladder is there's always that thought of like, oh, well, everyone else is so much better, everyone else is going to beat me. But, you know what, just figure out some of the basics of the game, look at some basic tutorials, and then just play and don't care if you lose, because really, you're probably going to lose your first like 20 games unless you're already really good. And then Blizzard will place you in the appropriate difficulty level, and if you're in bronze, it's kind of a weird difficulty level because it's so unpredictable, and, you know, but, like, I don't even have to play a ton, and I can easily be silver, if not gold, all the time, and without playing much. It's just It's about, you know, having the basics of pretty decent macro. You could always do cheese, but I don't agree with cheese as your whole strategy. So definitely, you know, don't worry too much about ladder. Like, you will lose a bunch of games when you first get into it, but then once you lose all of those games, then you'll start playing against people who are pretty closely matched. You're still gonna lose some games, and some days you'll have like 5 losses in a row, and you'll be like, I want to kill this stupid game. And then other days you'll have like 3 wins in a row. And then some days it's like you won't play a Zerg player for a week, so you win every game, and then you play 5 Zerg players in a row, and you're like, I hate my life. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna end this video now, and hope you guys have fun, and see you guys